Have you ever wondered why some people achieve extraordinary things while others, with the same talent and opportunity, struggle to move forward? The secret is not luck, it's not talent, it's discipline. Discipline is the real superpower. It's the invisible force that connects your dreams to reality. Every great accomplishment, every breakthrough, every spiritual awakening starts with one thing: the choice to master yourself. Today, I am going to show you how discipline rooted in your connection with God can transform your life in ways you never imagined. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline isn't restriction. Discipline is freedom. The freedom to shape your destiny. The freedom to rise above distractions. The freedom to live the life God intended for you. If you commit to it, you unlock a superpower that no challenge, no setback, no fear can ever take away.
Discipline is not just a habit, it is the foundation of your inner strength, the invisible force that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary people, into extraordinary beings.
Think about it. Everything you see in the world that is remarkable, everything that stands as a testament to human achievement, was built on discipline. Discipline, not talent alone, not luck, but the quiet, consistent, and often unseen exercise of self-control. Discipline is the muscle of the soul, and like any muscle, it grows stronger the more you challenge it. When you wake up early, even when your bed feels like the warmest, safest place on earth, you are building that strength. When you choose to spend moments in reflection, prayer, or meditation, instead of being distracted by endless scrolling or noise, you are training your mind to rise above the ordinary. These small, seemingly mundane choices are where the power of discipline truly resides. Consider the life of a student who wants to excel in their studies. On the surface, they may seem no different from their peers. They have the same access to books, the same teachers, the same opportunities. Yet, the student who studies a little bit every day, who prioritizes consistent learning over short bursts of frantic effort, will inevitably surpass those who wait for last-minute inspiration. This is not about luck or genius. This is about the quiet, persistent cultivation of inner strength. Every page read, every problem solved, every moment spent pushing through resistance adds weight to the inner foundation of discipline. And this inner foundation becomes unshakable. It becomes the strength you draw on when life challenges you, when obstacles appear, when circumstances try to break your spirit. Discipline is also about choice. The conscious decision to act in alignment with your higher purpose, rather than succumbing to fleeting impulses. Picture this. You are faced with a choice between immediate comfort and long-term gain. Perhaps it's staying up late watching another episode, or waking early to exercise, or indulging in food and entertainment at the expense of your health and clarity. The disciplined choice is never easy. It feels heavy, like a mountain you have to climb every single time. But each time you make that disciplined choice, you are building something far greater than temporary satisfaction. You are strengthening your character. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than your current comfort allows. And with each victory, your inner strength grows until what once seemed impossible now feels natural. Think about the people you admire, the ones who seem unstoppable. Look closer and you'll notice a pattern. Their achievements are not the result of sudden luck or innate talent. They are the result of disciplined action repeated day after day, week after week, week after week, year after year. Every great artist, every great leader, every person who has reached the heights of human potential has cultivated discipline as their inner power. It is what allows them to work even when motivation fades, to persevere when the world doubts them, to rise early, to work late, to stay focused when distractions surround them. Discipline is what separates the extraordinary from the average. Even in the spiritual realm, discipline is the backbone of strength. When you dedicate time to connect with God, to reflect, to pray, to meditate, you are exercising spiritual discipline. It is this discipline that builds resilience in the soul, that anchors you when the storms of life come, that allows you to act with wisdom rather than react with emotion. Spiritual discipline strengthens your mind and heart, creating a power that is unbreakable because it is grounded not just in desire but in practice. Daily life is full of opportunities to strengthen this inner muscle. Waking up when your body begs to rest, choosing healthy food when cravings demand indulgence,
Waking up when your body begs to rest.
keeping promises even when no one is watching, dedicating time to learn and grow when distractions tempt you elsewhere. Each of these moments is a chance to flex your inner strength. And here's the secret. The more you exercise discipline, the easier it becomes. What once felt like a struggle transforms into a natural rhythm. You begin to move through life with purpose, rather than passivity, with power rather than helplessness. The inner strength that discipline builds is the fuel for every dream, every goal, every aspiration. Discipline does not promise a life without challenges. It does not magically remove obstacles or pain. What it does is give you the strength to face them, the courage to continue, and the confidence to know that you have within you the power to overcome. It is a superpower because it transforms who you are at your core. It teaches patience, resilience, focus, and unwavering determination. It is the force that turns ordinary decisions into extraordinary outcomes, that allows you to rise above fear, above temptation, above doubt, and walk the path of purpose with steady, unwavering steps. So, when you feel weak, when you doubt yourself, remember this: discipline is your inner strength. It is the quiet power that grows as you make small, consistent choices in alignment with your highest goals. It is the force that turns dreams into reality, challenges into opportunities, and ordinary lives into legacies. Every time you choose discipline over ease, focus over distraction, action over hesitation, you are building a strength that no one can take away. And in the end, it is this strength, this disciplined mastery of yourself, that is the truest, most powerful superpower you can ever possess. Consistency is the quiet force that transforms dreams into reality. It is the bridge that connects what we hope for with what we achieve. Many people misunderstand success. They think it's about one monumental effort, one lucky break, or a sudden spark of inspiration. But true success, the kind that endures, is built on consistency. Every day, every small action, every decision repeated faithfully creates the foundation for extraordinary results. It is not flashy, it is not glamorous, but it is far more powerful than any shortcut or fleeting motivation. Consistency is where miracles are born. Imagine a person who wants to get physically fit. The first day, they push themselves in the gym, motivated and full of energy. The second day, their enthusiasm is slightly lower, but they go anyway. A week later, life gets busy and distractions try to pull them away. But because they are consistent, because they show up day after day, week after week, something remarkable happens. Muscles grow, endurance strengthens, and the body begins to transform. That transformation is not magic. It is the result of consistent effort, repeated actions, and unwavering dedication. The same principle applies to every aspect of life, whether it's learning a new skill, building a career, or strengthening your spiritual connection. Consistency is also about patience. It is easy to get discouraged when results do not appear immediately. We live in a world that celebrates instant gratification, where success seems only a click or a swipe away. But life does not work in shortcuts. Every tree that bears fruit, every river that carves a canyon, every star that lights the night sky demonstrates the power of time and repeated effort. When you practice consistency, you honor the natural rhythm of growth. You plant seeds today, water them tomorrow, and trust that, in time, a harvest will come. This patience combined with persistent action creates a life that is rich, abundant, and aligned with God's plan. Think about a musician who wants to master their instrument. Playing a song perfectly once is impressive, but true mastery requires daily practice. Hours are spent repeating the same scales, perfecting the same notes, and refining the smallest details. At first, the results may feel negligible, but as days turn into weeks and weeks into months, the musician reaches a level of skill that seems almost effortless. This is the power of consistency. It compounds small, faithful actions into extraordinary expertise. Your life works the same way. Every small, consistent effort you make, studying a bit each day, taking time to reflect, being kind even when it's difficult, end up when no one notices, builds a momentum that becomes unstoppable. Consistency is also the secret behind trust and credibility. When people see that you are reliable, that you show up day after day, that your actions align with your words, they begin to trust you. They begin to believe in your vision, your abilities, and your potential. In the spiritual sense, God honors those who are consistent in their efforts to grow, to act righteously, and to maintain integrity. Consistency demonstrates devotion, discipline, and faith, and these qualities are recognized in both the material and spiritual worlds. Daily life offers countless opportunities to practice consistency. Perhaps it is the parent who dedicates time every evening to listen to their children, even after a long day. Perhaps it is the professional who spends an extra hour every morning sharpening their skills. Perhaps it is the person who, despite setbacks and failures, chooses to rise each day with renewed determination. Every act, no matter how small, repeated faithfully, compounds into a force that can change the trajectory of your life. One of the most profound truths about consistency is that it does not require perfection. You do not have to be flawless. You only need to be faithful. Missing a day or making a mistake does not erase the power of your repeated efforts. What matters is your commitment to keep moving forward, to return to your path, and to honor your goals with persistent action. Each step, each repetition reinforces the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Consistency also builds resilience. Life is unpredictable, full of challenges, distractions, and obstacles. Without consistency, it is easy to give up when the first difficulty arises. But when you are consistent, your actions create a momentum that carries you forward. Even through tough times, you become stronger, more disciplined, and more capable of facing adversity. Just as a river, consistent in its flow, can carve through mountains, your consistent efforts will shape your life in ways that one-time efforts never could. Ultimately, consistency is a demonstration of faith in action. By showing up every day, even when results are not visible, you are expressing trust in the process, in your purpose, and in God's plan. Every small, consistent step is a testament to your belief that what you do today matters for tomorrow, that your efforts are meaningful, and that your life is unfolding according to a higher design. Consistency transforms ordinary people into extraordinary ones. It turns hopes into realities, intentions into achievements, and dreams into miracles. So, commit to consistency. Choose to take small, deliberate actions every day, to persist even when it's hard, and to trust that your faithful efforts will bear fruit. The bridge between your goals and the miracles you seek is built one consistent step at a time. When you honor this principle, when you make it a daily practice, you unlock a power within you that cannot be matched by talent, luck, or circumstance. You create a life that is disciplined, purpose-driven, and divinely guided. Consistency is not just a habit. It is your pathway to extraordinary success, spiritual growth, and the miracles that await you when you refuse to quit. Time is the most precious resource we have, yet it is the one most often wasted, misunderstood, or taken for granted. Every single person is granted the same 24 hours each day. Rich or poor, young or old, student or CEO, the clock ticks equally for everyone. What differentiates extraordinary lives from ordinary ones is not luck, talent, or circumstances. It is how time is honored and managed. Time management is not just a skill, it is divine wisdom. It is the acknowledge it. G meant that every moment is a gift, and how we use it reflects the respect we have for the life God has entrusted to us. Consider this. Each day we make countless choices, often unconsciously, about how we spend our time.
Some choose to scroll endlessly through social media. Others indulge in habits that bring fleeting pleasure but no lasting value.
Meanwhile, those who practice time management are not merely organizing their schedules, they are shaping their destiny. They are aware that each hour, each minute, and each second carries potential. By aligning their actions with their priorities and purpose, they convert ordinary moments into powerful steps towards success, growth, and spiritual fulfillment. Think about a student preparing for an important exam. Two students have the same syllabus, the same resources, and the same abilities. One spends hours each day strategically planning study sessions, tackling the most challenging topics first, and reviewing consistently. The other drifts from task to task, procrastinating, waiting for inspiration to strike. When the results come, the difference is clear. Not because of talent alone, but because of how time was invested. Time management is the bridge between potential and achievement. It transforms wasted hours into milestones of progress. Time management is also about prioritizing what truly matters. Life is full of distractions, endless notifications, trivial tasks, and the constant demands of others. Without conscious control, these distractions consume our hours, leaving little room for meaningful action. But when you practice divine time management, you create space for what matters most. Whether it is family, personal growth, spiritual practice, or pursuing your goals, each moment becomes intentional, each action purposeful. By structuring your day, setting clear priorities, and focusing on what has lasting value, you honor the gift of time and ensure it works for you rather than against you. Daily life is filled with opportunities to practice this wisdom. The professional who dedicates the first hour of their day to focused work before distractions arise is setting the tone for productivity and success. The parent who sets aside uninterrupted time to connect with their children each evening is investing in relationships that will shape the future. The individual who spends even 20 minutes a day in reflection, prayer, or meditation is nurturing their spiritual strength. These moments, small as they may seem, accumulate into profound transformation over time. One of the most powerful aspects of time management is the ability to create consistency and momentum. When you allocate time deliberately, you build routines that allow growth to happen naturally. Consider an athlete who trains at the same time each day. Their body adapts, their performance improves, and progress becomes inevitable. The same principle applies to learning, work, and spiritual practice. Time management allows you to harness the power of repetition and focus, turning small daily actions into extraordinary results. Another crucial aspect of managing time wisely is learning to say no. Each yes we give to distractions, unnecessary tasks, or trivial commitments is a no to something of greater importance. The disciplined person understands that protecting their time is a form of self-respect and spiritual integrity. Saying no is not selfish. It is recognizing that your life, your growth, and your purpose are worth prioritizing. It is a declaration that you will not let fleeting urges or external pressures dictate your destiny. Time management also teaches the invaluable skill of foresight. By planning and organizing, you anticipate challenges, prepare for opportunities, and navigate life with clarity. You become proactive rather than reactive. Life will inevitably bring unexpected circumstances. But when you manage your time wisely, you are equipped to respond with confidence rather than panic. This foresight creates a sense of control and peace, reducing stress and increasing effectiveness in every area of life. The spiritual dimension of time management cannot be overstated. When you dedicate time to connect with God, to meditate, reflect, or pray, you are investing in eternal growth. You are aligning your daily actions with divine purpose. Time management ensures that these moments are not neglected in the chaos of life. It creates a rhythm in which spiritual nourishment and personal achievement coexist, empowering you to live fully and purposefully. Ultimately, time management is not about rigid schedules or mechanical routines. It is about awareness, intention, and respect for the gift of life. Every moment wasted is an opportunity lost, but every moment wisely used builds a legacy. The person who masters their time masters their life. They create space for growth, nurture their relationships, pursue their dreams, and deepen their spiritual connection. They transform ordinary days into extraordinary chapters of purpose and achievement. So, honor your time. Recognize its value. Make deliberate choices each day about how you spend it. Treat it as a gift from God, a resource that, when managed wisely, multiplies your potential, strengthens your spirit, and moves you closer to your highest purpose. Time management is divine wisdom, a superpower accessible to all who are willing to act intentionally, focus deeply, and respect the fleeting yet infinitely valuable moments of life. By mastering your time, you unlock the door to success, fulfillment, and a life that resonates with meaning, purpose, and spiritual alignment. Desires are powerful. They shape our thoughts, influence our actions, and guide the choices we make every day. Yet, left unchecked, they can become the chains that bind us, keeping us from reaching our full potential. True freedom does not come from fulfilling every desire. It comes from mastering them. Control over desires is not a restriction, it is a superpower. It is the ability to act with purpose rather than react to impulses, to live according to your higher calling rather than be driven by temporary satisfaction. When you control your desires, you take ownership of your life. You rise above distractions, impulses, and fleeting pleasures to align your actions with your goals, your values, and your connection with God. Think about it in everyday life. Each day you are confronted with countless temptations. The urge to procrastinate instead of working toward your dreams, the pull of unhealthy habits, the craving for instant gratification that conflicts with long-term goals. For instance, imagine someone trying to save money for a meaningful purpose, a business, an education, or a personal investment. Each time they resist the impulse to buy something unnecessary, each time they say no to instant pleasure, they are strengthening their self-mastery. It is through this consistent control over desires that they gain financial freedom, the ability to make choices that truly serve their life's purpose. Every act of restraint compounds, and over time the results are extraordinary. Control over desires is also the foundation of discipline. Without it, no other effort can be sustained. You can have motivation, resources, and opportunity, but if you are enslaved to your impulses, these advantages are wasted. Consider a person striving for physical health. The desire to rest instead of exercising, to indulge in junk food instead of nourishing meals, to skip practice when tired, all of